one day one of the guys came over to the office and he said, Sergeant Myers, he said, would you throw an inspection on our billet? I said, what the hell do you want an inspection on your billet? He said, just do it. Just do it. I said, I can't do that. I said, an inspection? I said, that takes an officer. Get one. He said, you need to do it. So I said, okay. So I said, where's your house? And he told me. So I went in and told Captain Damkowitz, I said, one of the fellows wants us to throw inspection on their billet. And I said, I have no idea why. He said, well, get Lieutenant Boris and take him over there. He's the newest officer. He said, take him over there and let him inspect the building. So we went over. The guys by that time had we'd got some wooden foot lockers, you know, in for clothes in, and always at the foot of the bed. And so Lieutenant Boris said, whose foot locker? Niles said, it's mine. He was a big, tall, blonde-headed kid. Just really a good-looking young kid. But dumber than Chet. And so he said, open it up. Niles opened it up. He said, pick up this. There's a deal in the top of it that was wooden. Usually had your socks and underwear folded up. Pick it up. Picked it up. Here's 3/4 pounds, about that big, 3/4 pound nitro starch in his foot locker. He said, whose are those? Niles said, that's mine. What in the hell are you doing with nitro starch in here? He said, well, we had it out on that problem out there where we had that bunker, and he said it was left over, and he said, I didn't see any sense of leaving it out there, so he said, it's not going to hurt anybody without a fuse. He said, holy crap, man. He said if somebody had accidentally shot through that, he said it might have exploded and tore this whole damn building down. No, it won't hurt anything. So he said, write him up. So I wrote Niles down and went back to the office, and Lieutenant Boris, he says, can you believe that, man? I said, yeah, I can believe it. He says, what the hell are you going to do with him? I said, I don't know. I talked to Captain Mike. So Captain Mike, I told him what had happened. He said, what are you going to do with him? I said, hell, I don't know. I said, I've never had anything like this happen before. So anyway, after we came home, now that was in October and November time. When I got home in January, probably it was March or April, and I lived at St. Joe, Missouri at that time. My wife and I drove into a filling station, and this guy walked around, washed the windshield, and he looked at me and he was washing the windshield. He walked around to the wife's side, the window was down, and he stuck his head out and he said, were you in the 80th Division? And I said, yes, sir. He said to my wife, he said, were you in front Bavaria? I said, yes. And you were a first sergeant? I said, yes. He said, my wife, he says, that's a mean son of a bitch in you. But after he came back, he got in trouble again, and I made him dig a 4-foot hole, 2 feet deep and 4 foot square, police up the whole goddamn area of cigarette butts, put them in the hole, fill the hole back up. He was always good. Now, I told my wife, I said, you've heard of fuck-ups. I said, he is a royal fuck-up. Well, to end the story, we picked up about the next year, early, we picked up the Life magazine. Here was a picture of a guy laying in the sand near the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City.
Right.
And it had his picture on that. That son of a bitch had jumped off of the bridge with a parachute. And the parachute opened, but it didn't open fast enough. And when he fell, he broke a leg and his pelvis.
Oh.
And it was in the Life magazine, by God, a picture of that son of a buck. And I kept that picture for a long time because I had to tell about old Lyles. He was something else.
But you know, all in the town, it had a church.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a sniper in every one of the steeples.
Yeah.
Every one we come to had a sniper in.
Yep.
That's the first thing they do. They knock that steeple off.
Yeah.
Why they had them in there, I don't know, but you
Do you know that the church in Heiderscheid, Luxembourg today has a hole about this big around up in the steeple, and you can see where the slate has been replaced up there because a tank fired a shot through that steeple and got a sniper or chased him away.
Every one of them had a sniper, maybe more than one, but there should be one in that one.
Yeah, one of our guys got hit as we were coming into Heiderscheid, and the 319th was already in Heiderscheid. But that son of a buck had been in there for 2 or 3 days in that steeple. And by God, as we moved into town, he got 2 of our guys and didn't kill them, but he hurt them.
See, when they had to advance back quick, they'd always leave a machine gunner and enough ammunition. You ain't let him sit there and fire that thing. Well, see, you didn't know how strong he was. He could hold up a battalion for maybe a day, and you won't be but one. He could kill, but you let him back today.
Yep.
And fire, you never seen him in the bullet hole? Lord, he just sat there all night.
Yep.
That's what they done.
They could. A guy on defense could hold up a whole damn company.
Yep.
They had much better weapons than we had.
Really?
Oh, hell yeah. Their 88 would outfire our 75s by at least a mile.
Wow.
And it wasn't until the Bulge that we came out with our 90 millimeter long toms that they could equal the 88.
Right.
Yeah. The 88s with them, they were an artillery piece that fired direct fire like a rifle.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Had a flat trajectory?
Had a flat trajectory.
Right.
And the muzzle velocity on it was equal to a rifle.
Wow.
And our artillery went like that.
Arc.
It arced. And it wasn't until the Bulge that, and it was simply because of numbers and guts that allowed us. And they didn't have numbers. That was one of the problems.
Right.
And but they could outfire us anytime before that. It was just numbers that outdid them.
Wow.
Where all the things are and everything.